everybody, Cole Sheriff here. Welcome to the Sound of Texas podcast. Today we are at the Rusty Nickel Ice House for the Ranch Music Series, and we chat with Carson Jeffery and Slade Coulter. It's a great time out here, and I hope you enjoyed this conversation. We talk with both bands about life on the road, and it's a whole lot of fun. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Sound of Texas podcast. These are brought to you by Casamigos, Crown Royal, Kettle One, Corona, Surfside, and Shiner Beer. All right, Carson Jeffery, how we doing, man?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing great. Sound check sounded awesome.
I appreciate it. Yeah, man. Just got finished up with it.
Brand new record out.
That's right. Yep. I think a little over a month ago. Yep. So we're still celebrating.
Yeah, good. Well, the release of that record was kind of delayed.
Oh, yeah, man. We switched some stuff around, got some new social media people around, and hey, that's kind of life, you know. It just.
Do you think it was a good thing to kind of postpone it?
I think it was. We got some great people behind it and kind of pushed some stuff and had a great bang with it. So it's been doing good. We've been really happy with it.
Yeah, it's been doing some numbers too.
Yeah, man.
Doing well.
For sure.
Tell me about the making of that record.
We came back to Texas on this one, and we've done the past couple projects out in Nashville. And a couple years ago, decided to come back to Texas. Yep. New producer, David Beck, and did most of it in Dripping Springs at a place called Western Wind Studio. But a couple of the songs on there were also at Arlen Studios there in Austin. Yep. So,
well, either way, you get a different production style from Nashville to when you come back to Texas.
Yeah.
Do you find that you enjoyed that production style more?
100%. And nothing against Nashville, but it was just it's so fast paced out there. Yeah. Like, I think our last album, which I love the album, it was awesome, one of my favorites we've done. And but I mean, shoot, we did 10 songs in like 4 days.
Yeah.
And that was a lot. And so we came out to back home and, you know, bring us a case of beer and some good times and just get it done, you know, and however long it took is how long it took. We were shooting for 2 songs a day every time that we would go in there. And
did you adhere to that?
We tried to, yeah. We tried to stick with it, yeah. Tried to budget as much as I could for it. Didn't want to go over the budget, you know?
Well, yeah, of course.
But no, I mean, however it happened is how it happened. You know, we got in there and I used all of my own guys on this record.
That's special.
Which was awesome, and they killed it, knocked it out of the park, and couldn't be more proud of them.
Good. Do you feel like there's a lot that goes with bringing your band in, especially when you make the record and then you tour the record, everybody's already tight and ready to go?
Right. Yeah, we since there was a little bit of a gap between recording and putting it out, you know, we did have to go back and learn a bunch of those songs just because we hadn't played them in so long. But yeah, no, I mean, everybody is such a professional in my group, and shoot, they kind of go with the flow. They know they're ready to rock and roll.
I like that, and it's good to have a good camp. You know, it makes all the difference
for sure,
especially when you're riding around in the van. And
oh yeah, I keep telling everybody this is the best group that we've ever had all together.
Yeah,
you know, some of my guys have been with me for 6+ years, but the guys that we've got right now together, I feel like is just the most solid that we've been, you know, on and off stage. Yeah. So.
When you rolled into town, you were driving the van.
Yeah.
Is that standard, or do y'all rotate?
Pretty much. I'd say it used to be about 90% of the time, but now probably more like 75, 80% of the time.
Okay, so you're still the wheel man.
Yeah, Miss John Pruski, my tour manager, he's kind of taken over a little bit for me here and there, and especially some of these night drives lately. But yeah, I don't know. I tell everybody it was like after my daughter was born, you know, we were off for like a month and a half, 2 months, something, and came back, and I swear that's what did it. Like all of a sudden I was just dead as a driver. I was like, I don't know what it is. I can't do these night drives anymore.
I need to get some
I feel
sleep.
like an old man dad.
10:30, I'm done.
Yes.
We're pulling
I don't know what it was.
I like it. Do you ever get to bring your daughter and your wife on the road?
She hadn't been in a long time. I actually did a little acoustic thing for my wife the other day with her business, and we had a little crawfish boil down there for it, and so I got up and just played for, I think we played for an hour and a half. Me and Parker Ryan did a little song swap. And there's some great friends of ours. We got daughters about the same age. So, but no, we're playing Green Hall here soon. And the plan is for her to come out to Green Hall. That was her first concert ever with my daughters. And so we're going to get her back out there for that. So,
that's cool. Yeah. Playing Green Hall. How many times have you done Green
Hall? We've headlined it. This is probably number 5.
Does it still have the?
Oh yeah, man! It's still the magic. Green Hall, Billy Bob's, Floors. Just when you pull up to those types of places, the true Texas venues, you know, it's there's a different. I tell everybody, like at Green and even Billy Bob's and stuff. There's like the air is charged. I don't know how to explain it, but there's a feeling in it, like it's got some electricity in there.
Yeah, and it's that way with like the blue light and stuff too.
And blue light, yes, blue light. You walk in there. Blue light, I always tell everybody, you can go to different places and you can catch a smell of the blue light. The blue light has a smell. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Like, I just know the smell of the blue light. Like, when you walk through those doors, I bet he'll say the same thing about that.
It's like the house that you grew up in, you know?
Exactly. You know what it is.
You catch a smell and you're like, that's the blue light.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. Last time we talked, I think we did talk about the blue light. I think you were headed out there.
Yeah.
And we said, if you can make the blue light crowd happy, you can make just about any Texan happy.
That's right. We're about to, I don't think it's released yet, but we're going to do a 2-night stand out there at the blue light coming up. So that'll be a lot of fun. Awesome. I think next fall, I believe. We're just coming fall.
Sweet, man. Doing 2 nights out there, you got to kind of pace yourself. It's kind of like we were talking about.
Yeah.
Vegas. Lubbock is the same way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Lubbock is something else, man. We just played out there the other day with Randall King at Cook's Garage, and yeah, we had a lot of fun. But yeah, you got to pace yourself. We're doing 2 different openers both nights, or each night.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a lot of fun.
Cool, man. Well, they throw down out there. It's a whole lot of fun. Tell me about where y'all have been lately.
Lately? Oh, man. Everywhere. We kind of took December and January off. Yeah. And I think it was the longest I'd been off in like 6 years. I told the guys I got to counting days and stuff, and I was at home. I kind of forgot what it was like to get back out there.
Was it nice?
It was nice. I'm not going to lie. We moved houses in that time and stuff, and my wife has a new business she started up, so helping around with that and the baby and everything, I found plenty to do. Yeah. But no, we been up to Colorado when we got back, and went up there in Wyoming for a few days. Kansas the other day, I think, or Nebraska. We've been just about everywhere here in the past few weeks, I feel like. And my sister-in-law got married last weekend, so we were off, and nice little break, and now we're back after it for about a month and a half. So,
do you feel like those resets are important for you and your camp?
They are for me, for sure, and my guys. Yeah, we got a couple guys. They're on the fence line. We're building fence and welding and stuff. So he's always got work. I got some landscapers in there. I got some golf course managers. And so we're never not busy.
I like that. Got you a working crew.
Dang right. If we break down on the side of the road, we're gonna fix it ourselves.
Something. We're gonna get there.
We're gonna fix it.
Tell me about the importance of staying healthy on the road, because you had a bit of a health scare towards the end of last year.
Yeah. I did. Found myself in the ICU for a couple days, and it's hard. It's hard staying healthy out here. I quit drinking, from what was that, August till I didn't drink a beer till probably about a month ago.
Wow.
And I just been kind of taking it light since then. Not that I had any kind of problem with drinking or anything. I was just like, man, I need to clean my system out.
Right.
Really good.
Full reset.
And it's hard. Gas station food and even, catered food. Sometimes the venues is like, well, that's what we're eating tonight.
Sometimes the catering's it's greasy and it's heavy. And it's like, oh, we're going to eat this and then we're going to go do a 90-minute set.
And when you're a diabetic, it's sometimes you just gotta do what you can do. And like today, I brought my own sandwiches from the house. I said, I'm not buying lunch. I'm not buying anything today.
No, we're brown bagging it.
And I'm packing my own. I brought me a Element hydration drink and everything from the house. I said, that's what I'm drinking today.
Have you ever played House Pasture down in Concan?
Yep.
They just give you that chicken fried steak as big as the plate. And they're like, here you go. You go on in 25 minutes.
They sure do.
I love that venue, but man.
And then it's 100 degrees and you've been drinking beer all day.
Oh, yeah,
and then here's your chicken fried steak.
Yeah, here's your chicken fried. And here's a couple of drink tickets. Y'all have fun.
Yeah. I like that venue, though. It's cool.
It's a fun venue. And everybody down there is either on vacation or they live there and they just like to party.
Yeah.
So that's a great crowd too.
Yep, absolutely.
Being on the rivers, it's a special thing. When you get to play like Whitewater or even Gruene, those river towns.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of people just trying to have fun,
Oh, yeah.
And I dig that.
Yeah, and a lot of times you catch them where they've already been having fun all day.
Oh, yeah. They've been on the river. They're all sunburnt.
Yeah. I feel that a lot of times even at Green, you go in there and you can tell these folks have been at it all day. Maybe they've been stopping in at a couple of these wine places. That's wine. Yeah. Now they've switched to beer over here.
They were on the Como.
And then they went across and had them a steak and some more beer at the grist mill. And now they're in the front row and they're ready.
Does the grist mill still cater Green Hall?
Well,
the
they
band
give you the
catering?
ticket. Yeah, they give you the ticket. You can go over there.
What's your order over at the gristmill? What do you get?
Man, I think the past few times I've gotten a steak, but I had to kind of quit doing that. Shoot, I kind of had to quit going to the gristmill altogether before the show because it seems like we're always in there, like not enough time to really settle down before you go on stage. And I don't know. I kind of eat a little bit lighter now at Gruene Hall because it's a long day at Gruene, especially in the summer. It's hot. You're sweating. You got to kind of pace yourself there too.
Yeah, it's hot in there.
I just saw an article though. They're putting an air conditioning in the whole thing. Gruene is going to be AC'd.
Well,
it's said to enhance the fan experience.
You're sure that wasn't along with their April Fool's?
No. This came out like yesterday. So
whoa,
yeah,
all right.
I think so.
Well, now they accept cars. They got AC coming in there. That's wild, man.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that might be kind of destroying the Gruene Hall that we know and love, or do you think it's enhancing the experience?
I bet it's still gonna be hot on stage. I bet it will be. You can't get away from it completely in there.
That's true. That's true. Are you going through Willie's window?
Yeah. Yep.
That's got to be cool.
Absolutely. Yep, you got to advance it first. We learned that the hard way. You do. In the advance, you must say, I want the Willie door. And one time we didn't. We just expect, we're going to show up, we're going to get the Willie door. Like the second time, and no.
Boarded it up.
It was locked because they got to pay security to stand out there.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, Carson Jeffery, what's coming up for you?
Oh, just more shows, man. We're just getting back after it. Like I said, we've had a little bit of time off, but we've been getting after it the past month, and now the next couple months into summer are just we'll be announcing a lot more dates here in the next couple of weeks. They've been coming in like crazy on the back end, so we're about to put them all together and get them announced. So.
Right. All right, man. Well, congrats on the new record. We're looking forward to the show tonight.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you.
All right. Slade Coulter, how we doing, man?
Doing good, man.
Good.
Happy to be here.
Great. It's good to see you here. Ranch Music Series, our free concert series, and we're having a whole lot of fun doing this. You've played it before here at the Rusty Nickel Ice House. What's it feel like to be back?
Man, it's great to be back. I love Fort Worth. Yeah. It's one of my favorite places ever. So any chance I get to come here is a good day.
Y'all are Panhandle based. Yeah,
we are. Lubbock, Texas, man.
Some blue light regulars.
That's it. Holding it down out there in the desert.
Carson and I were just talking about the blue light and out there in the Panhandle and playing in Lubbock, and that is a rowdy crowd, pretty much guaranteed.
Yeah. Just about every time we go there, it's more fun every time we go. I feel like
I like that. It doesn't lose its magic or its luster every time they
go out there. Never. And it's kind of the place we got started as a band, and so it's one of our favorite places for sure.
That's awesome, man. Tell me about the camp that you're rolling with right now.
Yeah, we run as a 4-piece band most of the time. We'll maybe throw a fifth on it for the bigger shows and stuff like that. But yeah, our bass player and guitar player are relatively new. They came on last year. The drummer's been with me since the start, since 2019 or 2020.
Yeah.
But those guys, they fell right in. They fit right in.
Yeah.
And it's pretty fun getting to travel the country with your boys.
Yeah, and that's the thing when you're crafting a camp. You got to be a good hang. You can be a great, talented musician, but we're stuck in the van.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like that's the number one qualifier.
Yeah.
Like even before how good of a musician you are, it's like if they're a good hang. That goes a long way.
Yeah, we can
because you got to you're spending a lot more time off the stage with those guys than you are on the stage.
Yeah, and especially when you get a hotel buyout and you got 3 rooms,
Yeah.
They got to be cool, man. And they can't snore. You got any snorers in the band?
Yeah,
or
we do have.
You the snorer?
No, we do have some snorers in the band. We've had snorers in the band since we started.
I think you'll always have that.
I think we always will. Yeah.
What is your secret to dealing with the snorers in the van and in the hotel room?
AirPods.
AirPods are a good one.
Throw those AirPods in, turn that noise canceling on.
That's a
be
big
good
one.
to go.
I had a method when I was on the road where I had this guy. He was one of my techs, and he was awesome. One of the best guys on the road I ever had. But he snored like a freight train, and I had this move. I could fall asleep really fast, but not if he was snoring. So I just hit the nightstand really hard one time. It'd wake him up for about 3 minutes, and that was enough time for me to knock out. And then I'm good until the morning, man.
Yeah, either that or you drink enough until you fall asleep before they do.
Pass out.
So,
Yeah. But this guy always beat me to the punch. Austin Hayden, that's for you.
Yeah,
man.
shout out.
So you put a new record out last year.
We did, yeah.
And you toured around with it for a while. Tell me about playing that new record.
Man, it was great. It was super fun to make. We made it in our old guitar player's house, actually, in Lubbock. David Beck, who's an incredible producer. He's actually done some stuff with Carson too.
Carson, we were just talking about him.
He's great, man. He came up to Lubbock and brought just a super stripped down version of everything he needs, a little console and some monitors, and we threw amps in the bedrooms and drum kit in the living room and just turned his house into a studio for a week. And
that is awesome.
It was so much fun to make, man.
Because a lot of times you'll talk to a band that's self-producing a record, but they're still doing it in the studio. Do you find that there is a level of comfort when you're doing it just with the guys in somebody's house?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a lot more laid back than being in a really professional studio. Do
you find
that being said, there's pros and cons?
I was just about to say, do you find there's pros and cons?
Yeah, because also when we're recording out of a house, we don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars of preamps and all the fancy equipment.
But making this record has proved that you don't need it.
Yeah, no, you don't need it. And I mean, there's people that have huge songs that blow up that they make with an acoustic guitar and garage band. So I mean, it's to each his own, and we've kind of done both versions of it, and it was just really fun to experiment with that and try something different.
Which do you prefer? Do you prefer going into the studio, the big studio with that producer who's got awards on the wall, or do you prefer just doing it at the house and making it happen?
Man, it's hard to say because, like I said, there's pros and cons to both.
Yeah.
I think I will say we have gone back to doing it in a studio for our newer songs. Because I mean, it's hard to beat, the quality you get out of a multi-million-dollar studio.
Of course.
That being said, it's not quite as fun as doing it in the living room.
Right. Yeah.
There's trade-offs to it. I mean, I love making music either way.
Yeah.
And the studio process is one of my favorites, like hearing the songs come together.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
So, man, I've enjoyed every studio experience we've ever had, or living room experience, or whatever you want to call it. So,
recording experience.
As long as I'm getting to record music,
I like that.
I'll be happy. Yeah.
And you're bringing your band in for these recordings.
Yeah.
We were talking with Carson about that as well, and just how that can help get a camp ready for being on the road with these songs.
For sure.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was going to say that's we've always had our band play on the records.
Oh, since the start?
Since the start.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like from our first EP, everything. And that's something that's really important to me.
Yeah.
Because I want our music that we put out to reflect our live show.
Yeah.
I want it to sound like our live show, and I want our live show to sound like the record. That. And I think the best way to do that is, have those guys that are with you on the road playing the parts. So
even if they're not the best guitar player, they're a great hang. Right?
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about the studio is you can do 100 guitar takes till you get it just perfect.
We'll get it.
So.
We'll get it. We'll mix and match. It'll be right. And session musicians are great. They're usually pretty cool people. Mm-hmm. They come in, they know the parts when they get there, they knock it out, but then they're gone, right? And it's like, whoa, where'd that guy go? What happened?
And then your guitar player has to spend a couple weeks trying to learn the part.
What did he do there? That's the thing is that they're so good, and that's what they do. It's just another day in the office for them. But for these guys, this is the music that they are going to be playing for months, years potentially. And I think it's really important to have the guys in the studio for that reason. For sure. Because there's a passion with it.
Absolutely.
So you said you're making some new tunes.
Doing some new tunes
in the studio. What can you tell us about that?
We just put one of them out a few days ago. It's called Lucky. If you guys don't have it, go download it or come here tonight and you can hear it.
Or stream it on the
stream it. Well, yeah, that's right.
I like it.
But we've got that one, and then we're going to do 2 more singles coming up.
Okay.
We did these songs with Josh Serrato.
Awesome.
Who's a good friend of ours, and I mean, the guy's a wizard when it comes to music. Any instrument he can pick up and play. And having a guy like that in the studios with you is like crazy valuable.
Yeah.
Because he hears things that the rest of us don't hear.
Doesn't that just make you mad sometimes? It's like, why am I doing this?
And man, it's kind of frustrating sometimes because he'll just pick up an instrument and play it better than you.
Let me show you your part real quick.
But I mean, having that guy in the studio to help you find those parts and what works best for the song is really invaluable. So
and creative input from a producer is usually an amazing thing.
Because it's huge.
They'll bring an input to the song that you and your band have worked with, but you haven't thought of this. That hadn't crossed my mind kind of situation. And I think that's one of the things when going to a studio that you're going to get that you don't get in the living room. Say one of the pros to go into the studio.
Sure. And that's one of the great things with him is he's also like a touring musician too. And so like he knows that we want the songs to sound good on stage.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a big part of it too, is like, you know, he knows what we can replicate and, you know,
Yeah, that's
like
a big
what's
thing.
going to fit the song the best. So.
Yeah, that's a huge thing. And I find a lot of times, you know, you'll see guys in this Texas country world bringing in a fiddle or a steel on the recording that they don't travel with.
Right.
You know, and then maybe you feel a missing element in the song.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not so much something that y'all have because it's such a rockin' band.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah.
And a 4-piece does perfect to fit that sound.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Did you do that on purpose?
Not necessarily. It kind of just worked out that way.
Yeah.
It kind of just worked out that way. But like I said, taking the band into the studio and those guys playing the parts, it's like, you know, now we know we can replicate this on stage. And that goes a long way, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want your guitar player hanging around for a few weeks trying to learn somebody else's part.
Yeah.
You know, a part that somebody else wrote for a song that they're learning today and the show's tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's
tough.
stressful,
man. So tell me about where you've been and where you're going lately.
Man, we are kind of just coming back from some time off.
Yep.
I just had my second baby.
Congratulations.
A few weeks ago. Well, 2 months ago now.
Wow.
It's crazy how fast that goes by.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've taken a little time off the road so I can kind of get acclimated with all that. And we've got a busy spring and summer coming up. I know we're doing some cool festivals. We got LJT coming up.
Yep.
Super pumped for that.
That's
always.
the best. So much fun.
We've got some shows with Randy Rogers coming up.
Okay.
Pretty excited for those. We're doing
Where at?
Lukenbach and Whitewater Amphitheater.
Oh, awesome, dude.
Yeah. Two crazy, awesome venues.
I was just talking about how cool it is to play down at the Guadalupe or at the Como and in that area. Just so much fun, man.
In Whitewater especially is like one of my all-time favorite venues. Because you can sound check and then you can hop off stage and jump in the river. Hang out right there. Yeah. Can't beat it, man.
No, I love that venue. And it's just a great place to see some live music. And like I was talking about earlier, that's the kind of place where you're going to have everybody is either on vacation or they live down there and they're always on vacation.
Yep.
You know, so
That's
you've
it.
got the people coming off of the river. They're coming back from hanging out at Gruene all day, doing the wine walk. They're red in the face.
That's right.
Just ready
They
to have
show
some
up
more
drunk,
fun.
so you know they're going to have a good time.
Exactly. Exactly. There's like no bad vibes in a venue like that, Green Hall or Whitewater or any of the places down there. I think it's super, super cool.
Yeah. Definitely one of my favorite areas down there in the hill country.
Yeah.
So
Where's your spot down there? Where do you like to hang out?
Oh man. Well, our managers are Alec, he's our TM too. Him and Randy, they're based out of Austin.
Okay.
Their office is down there in Austin, so I'm down there quite a bit. When I'm just hanging out, that New Braunfels, San Marcos area is pretty hard to beat.
That's the way, man.
Yeah.
Swing by Buc-ee's, hit the HEB, go to the Airbnb.
There you go. That's it. Hit the river.
It's the best, man. Well, Slade, we're happy to have you tonight. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Congrats on the new music. Congrats on the new baby.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Let's have a good time tonight.
Let's do it.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Sound of Texas podcast. Thank you to Carson Jeffery and Slade Coulter for sitting down with us. And of course, thank you to Crown Royal, Casamigos, Kettle One, Surfside, Shiner, and Corona. The Sound of Texas podcast is a worldwide ranch production.